Welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville here with Tyler Wiemann, ready to break down your daily fantasy baseball slate for today. It is August 1st.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
Crazy.
Boy, trade deadline is fast approaching.
In NFL preseason this week.
Ooh, we got football this week.
Yeah,
this is
that's
exciting.
crazy.
This is exciting.
Crazy.
A lot going on. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel so that you can keep up with all the content we have coming out, including all of our football content.
Yeah.
We just did a best ball draft.
We did. We
Just
did
a
all
lot
the
of fun.
divisions.
All the division previews you can find on our YouTube channel, so check that stuff out. August 1st is also National Andrew Day. For all the Andrews out there, happy National Andrew Day. Do you know
Why do they have a day?
I don't know. I don't know when National Tyler Day is.
I don't
We'll have
either.
to figure that out.
I don't know if there is one.
There probably isn't one for either of our names.
Yeah, way
we
too
will
cool.
have to petition
Way
for
too
that.
cool for that national stuff.
We don't need the recognition, okay? All right, so obviously the big storyline in Major League Baseball right now is that trade deadline that is
Yes.
looming. And of course, I think the biggest one we're waiting on is that Juan Soto
Yeah,
trade
yeah.
that I was hoping your Padres might do it. Pull the trigger
Yeah.
there. We'll see.
I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't.
I don't think he's getting traded at all. If he does, I think it's going to be a team sneaking in at the last minute.
You know, I
taking
did
it.
see on MLB Network this morning that even the Giants
Yeah,
are
Giants
trying
have been
to get in
on
the mix.
Yep.
So
Yep.
could be an interesting. It'll definitely be an interesting next 24 hours.
The fact that the Cardinals and the Padres have been like the so-called leaders now for like, I don't know, a week and a half.
Means
2
he's going to the
weeks.
Dodgers.
That's exactly what I'm going to say is like, it means the Padres and the Cardinals probably aren't upping their price and that price isn't meeting what Washington wants. So it's
Sure.
either somebody needs to sneak in and steal it from them or I don't think he goes.
Interesting.
But Padres did just get a closer.
There you go.
So
You know what?
we are getting
That's
better.
an important piece, especially in the postseason. I think.
And we needed it bad.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty exciting. I am brokenhearted, though, to see that Shohei is no longer on the trading block. I was
Nope.
hoping I'd see him in pinstripes, but,
no pinstripes. I told you he doesn't
Yep.
like pinstripes.
well, the Yankees did at least try.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at our slate for today. We've got 9 games on deck for today. Just one other note for you. Watch out for that Diamondbacks at Cleveland game. It's a bit of a trouble spot for today. Scattered showers. Late start delay is possible there, so keep an eye on that one. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know who you're playing today in Daily Fantasy. Let's get to our chalk report and talk our pitchers for today in our Daily Fantasy and our high-owned pitchers for today. Of course, a crucial component of Daily Fantasy is the ownership numbers.
Yes.
And so taking a look at some high ownership, no surprise to see Max Scherzer at the top of that list. He's going up against his former team, the Nationals, today at National Stadium. 42% owned on DraftKings, 38% owned on FanDuel. Most recently, he held the Yankees scoreless through 5 innings, struck out Aaron Judge 3 times. So no surprise to see why he's as highly owned as he is. Is he worth that?
I mean, it's a poor Washington team. They're not good. And if Soto gets traded today, where he is not in the lineup, that lineup's going to even look a lot worse. Bell could be on the move too, which Bell's the only other really guy other than Soto that's hitting well. But Scherzer's great. I mean, you don't really need to say that much about him. We have a 3.5 alert score on him. The one thing I would bring up that is Washington's actually done well versus him. 101 plate attempts, they're hitting 283.
Although he's elevated his game with PitchCom.
Yes.
The evil that he doesn't, he hates it, but he's using it.
Well, yeah, if it's going to give him an edge, he's going to do it.
So let's take a look at Rangers righty John Gray now going up against the Orioles. He is 34% owned on DraftKings and 16% owned on FanDuel. Solid numbers, 3.62 ERA, 2.19 opponent average. Last game, though, 4 earned runs on 5 hits. He did have 8 strikeouts, though, in 6 1/3 loss to the Mariners. The previous 2 outings, he hadn't given up a run and, in fact, held the A's to just 1 hit through 7 innings. The reason I bring up the A's is because I feel like they have very comparable numbers to the Orioles in terms of strikeout rate and just overall average and stuff. So
I got a interesting little stat for you, though.
Oh, do you?
Baltimore versus righties over the last month are a top 10 offense.
Okay.
They have changed their ways. They have learned to hit the ball. But Gray's been really good. I'm not saying that Gray's not in a decent spot.
They're still top third strikeout rate, bottom third average.
Yes.
But a lot of times, what have you done lately?
Well, in that
factor.
I mean, I said the last month, which they happened to have gotten hot during that period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had a nice winning streak, and they're playing a lot better.
All good things must come to an end, though, Tyler. I'm just saying.
That's true. Could easily revert back to let's pick on the Orioles. But Gray's been a solid pitcher. High threes FIP, 27% K rate. His combined K rate today is 23.6. Just the one thing to watch out for is that Baltimore's been decent lately.
So given the ownership is where it is, if he's that highly owned, would you stay away from this matchup, given what you said about the Orioles?
I might.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather probably eat ownership on Scherzer than I would on John Gray.
Sure.
So
makes sense. How about Mike Clevenger going up against the Rockies today? 29. Look at that grin right there. You're excited about it. 20, Big Mike, 29%, 25% on FanDuel, 3.38 ERA, 2.18 opponent average. He has done poorly against the Rockies, though, but both of those games against the Rockies have been at Coors Field.
Did you see the other day when he was being interviewed during the game and Machado hit the home run?
No.
Oh, God. His reaction was great.
I really like him.
Yeah, his reaction was great. But Clev looks good. He has been pitching further into games. He's been very efficient lately. Padres are letting him to get into the 90s pitch count-wise. So there is a lot to like with him. He's been solid. Pretty much a FIP of 4. Rockies Woba's like 0.320, which is bad. Combined K rate 22%. And then for his BVP numbers, 54 plate attempts, they're hitting 163 with 33% K rate.
And I mean, we just like his personality. I mean, stats attract, but personality keeps.
Yes.
When you're talking daily fantasy, right?
I agree.
Gotta have some personality in your daily fantasy lineup, guys. Let's talk about our low-owned players for today, and we'll go with Astros righty Luis Garcia, who's going up against the Red Sox today. Kind of surprising to see Garcia's ownership as low as it is. Granted, he's had a little success. 26% owned on DraftKings, 12% on FanDuel. 3.81 ERA, 2.06 opponent average last outing. 4 earned runs, 5 2/3 in the loss to the A's, but he still had 7 strikeouts in that game against the Red Sox, who have been a little struggle bus lately.
This is more about the Red Sox. They've been just bad all over the place.
Yeah.
And the lineup that they've been rolling out there is bad, and now a lot of their top players are on the trading block. Mm-hmm. So some of those pieces could go today, and if they do, then that lineup's going to look even worse. But he has a 5-star alert rating. He's just been okay, kind of low 4s FIP, but he does have some decent K upside with a 28% K combined K rate today.
Okay.
So
next up, welcome to the
Weird,
top
huh?
report here
Weird.
in our low-owned report for today. Spencer Watkins, step on up. The first time we've ever had him featured. Well, maybe not.
Oh, we picked on him a lot.
We picked on the other side of things.
Yeah, we picked on him.
But we are looking at him for a pitcher today and going up against the Rangers. 2% owned on both, so super low ownership numbers. 4.03 ERA, 2.71 opponent average. Last game versus the Rays, 3 earned runs on 10 hits and 5 1/3, 4 strikeouts. Last time versus the Rangers, the team he's facing today, he held them to just 1 earned run on 4 hits in 6 2/3. Wow. Love to see a glow up, if you will, on the On Deck podcast.
So he was terrible, and we were picking on him nonstop. He got sent to the minors again, spent about a month in the minors, and since he's came up, he has been really good. 2.69 FIP and 1.88 ERA over that time. I don't know what he fixed, but he fixed something because it's working. There's not enough FanDuel or upside for FanDuel probably, so it is more of a DraftKings play. But he's super cheap, and there's 20-point upside with him, so I do like it. We have a 3.5-star alert rating on him also.
Okay.
So.
How about Tigers lefty Tariq Skubal going up against the Twins? 12% owned on DraftKings, 2% owned on FanDuel, 3.67 ERA, 2.40 opponent average, solid numbers. And he has not given up a run in his last 2 starts. What do you expect from him against the Twins today?
Good old Scoobs. We liked him a lot early in the season, and then he went through a real rough patch. Seems like he's coming out of it again, as you mentioned. He's pitched really well lately, hasn't been allowing runs. And if that continues, we have some really good value at him or for his price right now. He has a 3.05 FIP over the last 24% K rate. Combined K rate's only 20%, but again, he's not that expensive. And he has some great StatCast data with and then also the BVP numbers, 58 plate attempts. They're hitting like 200 off him. So he's in a good spot, I think. I like it.
All right. So some good plays there for our pitchers. Now let's take a look at our stacking for today. And the teams that are highly owned in our daily stacks are going to be the Detroit Tigers at the Twins. Last I checked, it was a TBD situation. Did you learn anything about what the Twins are doing today in terms of their pitching?
I am not sure what they're doing yet. But the Twins' bullpen is bad. So if it's a bullpen game, Detroit could be in a really good spot.
Yeah.
It's kind of a wait-and-see approach here. I'm surprised so much ownership is going there when we don't really know yet.
We don't even know who they're facing.
But, yeah.
All right, so Yankees, another high-owned stack for today. They're going up against Mariners lefty Marco Gonzalez, and we know that the Yankees absolutely crush lefties. They have the most home runs versus left-handed pitching this season. Do you like it, though, considering that the ownership is going to be high on them today?
I think ownership today for hitting, at least, is spread out enough that I wouldn't stay away just because of ownership.
Okay.
Especially if you're stacking, that you're probably fine there. But Gonzalez, we've talked about him a lot just because he's always been a guy that has such a different ERA to his FIP, and somehow he keeps the ERA low.
Wow.
But he does have over a 5 FIP. He's allowing 2% fly balls. Vegas implied total is like 5 for the Yankees. They hit the ball hard. They hit home runs. So
sure do.
I don't love the spot for Gonzalez.
Okay. So let's take a look now at some low-owned stacks for the day. And we will start with the New York Mets going up against Nationals lefty Patrick Corbin, who's got a 6.49 ERA, 3.24 opponent average, has not given up less than 4 earned runs in each of his last 4 starts. So bodes well for those Mets bats.
Yep, it does. And this is shout out to Jason and Billy in chat. This is Mets chat time. Anyways, people have been stacking against Corbin literally all season long.
Yep.
Whenever he's on the low end side, I'm going to look at that team to stack against him. We have a 5.1 implied total. BVP numbers for Corbin are pretty bad. 178 plate attempts. Mets are hitting 290 off him with 6 home runs. And Corbin's allowing a 34% home run or hard contact rate. Like I expect him to get blown up here.
One of the highest home run per 9 rates in baseball among qualified pitchers, so.
And it's not good when you going against Alonso.
Yep. Stay tuned for our home run calls, folks. Mariners going up against the Yankees. Righty Domingo Germán is on the hill for them. He's got an 8.22 ERA, 3.14 opponent average. Small sample size. He did do a bit better against the Mets, allowing just 2 earned runs in 4 2/3. However, what do you expect from the Mariners today in terms of some bat value?
They have a ton of lefties they can throw at Germán, and Germán is not as good against lefties, allowing a 234 ISO. And with that short porch there and all the lefties Seattle has, I expect to see a home run or 2 from Seattle. Herman went 7.2 innings so far this year, and he's allowed 3 home runs. So his home run ratio is not the best right now. He's allowing almost 35% hard contact, 50% fly balls, and I don't see that stopping.
However, the Mariners hitting just .204 as a team since the All-Star break, which is the second lowest batting average. I must point out.
And Julio's on the IL.
Yeah,
So Seattle isn't. If Julio was playing, I would like it a lot more, obviously. Yeah. But they have plenty of hitters that can get to him.
We'll see how Herman does today. Hoping he can pull through for the pinstripes. Yep. But nonetheless,
we'll see.
Make sure you check out LineStarApp.com. All of the ownership values that we talk about, that's so crucial when you're playing daily fantasy. That's available on the LineStar app, LineStarApp.com. So be sure to check that out. And with that, right now we're going to bring up the LineStar app for our sleeper picks of the day. Let's check it out. Let's take a look at our sleeper pick of the day on DraftKings. And if we scroll here, we go to value. And it's the Yerminator. Yermi Mercedes going up against the Dodgers' Andrew Heaney, pulling up his player's card. It's only $2,400. Just a bargain right there. Now let's take a look at some of his numbers. We can see that he's surpassed his projection a few times the past couple games. Batting third, top 10% hitter versus left-handed pitcher with 2.17 fantasy points per plate appearance. And nice little star point there, 9.5 fantasy points per game in 6 home games, 6.93 over the last 14 games. So some good splits there. Take a look at those splits right there. 340 average. So a nice play there. The Yerminator coming in priced $2,400. Not a bad play there. A lot of people like it on
I like it.
LineStar. You like it too?
I'm down with the Yerminator.
Okay. Let's take a look at our FanDuel sleeper pick of the day. We'll just change the tab there on the LineStar app. And we've got another Giants batter. It's going to be Austin Slater. The Slaternator?
Slaternator. You got Ruff right below him too, which is another Giant.
Yeah, so LineStar very high on the value for Giants bats today. Pulling up Slater's player card, $2,500. And again, batting second is what he's projected to be right now. Top 10% hitter versus left-handed pitchers with 2.95 fantasy points per plate appearance. So we're liking some of these Giants bats and coming in at the right value. He's got a lot of green. Green is good on all the splits, and his batter splits right there. 309 average versus left-handed pitching. We like to see that. So coming in at $2,500 on FanDuel, Austin Slater is your sleeper pick of the day. Remember, all of these stats and analytics, and basically you can sort by all sorts of things, including value, which is what we use to pick our sleeper pick of the day. But some cool stuff there that can help you build your lineup. Make sure you check out LineStarApp.com. Now it's time for our home run calls of the day. Who's going yard today? Tyler, who you got for your home run call?
You know, I was not good last week. I will be the first to admit it. I got a rebound this week, and I'm going to go to a guy that has not let me down all season long, Yordan Alvarez. Now, this is simple. We got a righty-lefty matchup. We have a pitcher that allows a lot of home runs, and Yordan hits a lot of home runs. Simple math. Yordan is going Yordan. You're gone.
You know who has not? You know who hasn't let me down?
Oh boy,
the polar bear, Pete Alonso. That's who I'm going with for my home run call for today. Today he is facing Nationals lefty Patrick Corbin, who has the third highest home run per 9 rate among all qualified pitchers at 1.54. And when you talk about Alonso, he is on quite the hot streak, batting .414 since the All-Star break, and his BVP data versus Corbin in 33 at-bats, he has 4 home runs against him, a .788 slugging percentage. Give me a polar bear bomb today. He really has.
I like it.
Can't go wrong with that for today.
No.
All right. So we got a polar bear bomb and a Yordan.
Yordan.
I don't
You're
know.
gone.
We need to make better names.
Who's
for
your
this.
daddy?
Jordan Alvarez bomb as well. Okay. Let's get to our prop bets for today. And remember, you got to play along with us on our prop bet contest. A fun way to get involved in the game. Also, be sure to download the Underdog Sports app, and you can tail our bets there as well. If you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, you can be automatically entered into our contest to win $60. One randomly selected commenter can be winning that $60 if both of us get our props right for today. And again, that Underdog Sports app link is below, so you can just sign up for that as well. New users who deposit at least $10 can get up to $100 deposit, so that's awesome as well. So be sure that link is below. We'll drop it for you there, and make sure to tail our bets on there. Or don't. Do your own bets, but it's an awesome way. It's legal in most states, so a great way to get involved in our props for today. Now, with that being said, where are you headed for your prop bet of the day?
I am going with another pitcher prop with Brad Keller over 3.5 Ks on Underdog. He's hit this in 7 of his last 10 starts, and sportsbooks have it at minus 183. That value is just too good for me to pass up, so we're going Keller over 3.5.
I just got to double down on the polar bear today. Pete Alonso over 1.5 bases. That's at minus 115 in the sports book. And Petey's hit this in 5 of the last 8 games since the All-Star break. He's just been really hot in that span. One of the hottest hitters since the All-Star break. And when you look at who he's facing today in Patrick Corbin, who gives up a 324 opponent average, and in 33 at-bats against Corbin, Pete Alonso has a 1276 OPS. Keep in mind the MLB average is around 700. It's just awesome. He's so definitely going. Pete Alonso clears that.
All polar bear all the time.
We're going all in on the polar bear today. That's
I like
for
it.
sure.
I like it.
Can't go wrong with that. As always, be sure to download the Underdog Sports app to tail our bets there, and be sure to check out LineStarApp.com. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the content that we have coming out. Lots going on in the NFL.
Lot going on. Getting busy.
Football's back. We're getting busy.
Yep.
Getting busy. Hope you guys have a great day in daily fantasy, and good luck to you in all of your prop bets. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.